Today we are discussing a matter of profound importance to your daily financial stability, specifically the arrival of Social Security and Supplemental Security income payments for the month of January. This conversation is not about abstract figures on a statement. It is about the very foundation of your monthly budget. It concerns the timely arrival of the funds you depend on to cover rent, purchase groceries, refill essential prescriptions, keep utilities running, and maintain a sense of security. This information is vital for Social Security retirees, for recipients of SSI and Social Security disability insurance, for widows and widowers, for disabled Americans, for Veterans Affairs beneficiaries, for caregivers, and for every individual navigating life on a fixed income who awaits these deposits. The aim here is to provide clarity and dispel the anxiety that often accompanies the payment cycle. By examining official guidance from the Social Security Administration and understanding United States Treasury release schedules, we can cut through confusing governmental language. The confusion surrounding these early January deposits, particularly those anticipated on a Monday, can be resolved with straightforward explanation. Let us clearly outline what is currently known. January payments for Social Security and Supplemental Security income have entered the approved release phase for this specific deposit window. Who is affected by this cycle? The group includes Social Security retirees, SSI recipients, SSDI beneficiaries, some households receiving both VA and Social Security benefits, widows, widowers, and disabled adult children receiving benefits on a parent's record. This applies to the current January payment cycle, especially for those whose financial institutions post deposits on Mondays and whose official payment date aligns with this week's Treasury release. What is confirmed at this stage is that the funds have been authorized by the system for release. The payment files are moving through the Treasury and into the broader banking network. What is not confirmed is the exact posting time to any single personal account. Whether your bank makes funds available at midnight, in the early morning hours, or later in the business day, varies widely. What you should do right now is avoid panic. You should not assume an error has occurred simply because someone else you know has already seen their deposit. The recommended course is to monitor your account calmly and to understand how the system operates, which we will walk through together. January is invariably a sensitive month. It is the first month of the year. Cost of living adjustments are active. Medicare premiums are being deducted. Banks are returning to standard operations after holiday processing cycles, and household budgets are frequently stretched after December expenses. So when you encounter terms like approved, released, pending, or posted, it can understandably trigger worry. You might wonder if your check is late, if a change has occurred, if you made an error, or if there is an issue with the Social Security Administration or your bank. It is crucial to state gently and clearly that any perceived delay or timing difference is almost certainly not your fault. This process is about how vast governmental and financial systems move money. It concerns processing cycles, not personal mistakes. There is a considerable amount of misinformation circulating. Some sources suggest payments have been stopped, others claim systemic errors, and a few even attempt to frighten people into believing benefits are being revoked. Our purpose is to separate fear from fact. According to policy, the Social Security Administration authorizes payments, transmits files to the U.S. Treasury, the Treasury releases funds into the banking network, and individual banks then post those funds to accounts. That is the established procedure. However, real-world execution does not always follow a perfectly straight line. In practice, timing depends on your specific benefit type, your assigned payment group, your bank's internal processing window, backlogs from weekends and holidays, and internal posting schedules. You may see your payment described as pending, in process, authorized, released, available, or fully posted. These terms can all describe the same funds at different stages within the pipeline. This is precisely why two neighbors receiving the same benefit might see their deposits post at different times on the same day. It is not a matter of favoritism, punishment, or an error you caused. It is simply a function of how banking systems batch and release transactions. This is not guesswork. It is how the pipeline between the Social Security Administration, the Treasury, and financial institutions has functioned for decades. Understanding this system removes fear. When you know that approved means the payment has cleared Social Security authorization, and that posted depends on your bank's internal clock, you can stop blaming yourself and stop assuming something is wrong. That peace of mind is nearly as valuable as the funds themselves. Let us discuss how Social Security payment scheduling generally works. There are three primary groups. First, most supplemental security income payments are scheduled for the first day of the month. When the first falls on a weekend or federal holiday, the Treasury releases them earlier, and banks may post them on different days based on their early deposit policies. Second, Social Security retirement and SSDI benefits for those who began receiving them after May 1997 are scheduled based on birth date. Those born from the 1st through the 10th of a month typically receive payments on the second Wednesday. Those born from the 11th through the 20th receive payments on the third Wednesday. Those born from the 21st through the 31st receive payments on the fourth Wednesday. However, the authorization and file movement happens several days before the actual posting date. Third, individuals who began receiving benefits before May 1997, and certain dual beneficiaries often follow a schedule tied to the 3rd of the month, again adjusted for weekends and holidays. This is where the Monday deposit context becomes relevant. The Treasury can release payment files late on a Friday. Banks may process them overnight. Some institutions post them on Saturday, some hold them until Monday morning, and some post them on Monday afternoon. Therefore, when you hear about a Monday deposit alert, it typically means the payment has cleared the Social Security Administration and the Treasury, is within the banking system, and is awaiting the final step, your bank's specific posting cycle. That status is approval, not a hold or a denial. If your account shows a pending transaction, that does not indicate a problem. If it says processing, that does not signal an error. If it is not yet visible, that does not mean it is missing. It signifies the system is moving the funds along. Now let us address groups whose situations might not fit the standard framework, as their circumstances can cause additional confusion. Widows and widowers receiving survivor benefits follow the same calendar logic as retirement benefits, though a bank might label the deposit differently. The money moves through the Treasury identically. Approval means it has cleared, and posting depends on the bank. Disabled adult children receiving benefits on a parent's record have their payment timing tied to the primary beneficiary's schedule, not their own birth date. This can confuse families, but it is normal system behavior. In households with two SSI payments, the deposits may post at slightly different times even though they were approved together, due to internal posting sequences. Dual beneficiaries, such as those receiving both SSI and SSDI or SSI and a retirement benefit, have these processed as two separate payment streams. One can post before the other, even with both being approved. For those with overlap between VA and Social Security benefits, it is important to know these programs use different Treasury pipelines. One deposit could arrive Monday morning, the other Monday afternoon, or even Tuesday, with no error involved. For representative payees who manage funds for someone else, processing may include additional verification steps at the bank level, separate from the Social Security Administration. None of these scenarios mean something is wrong. They mean your specific case follows a particular track within an immensely large system. Let us gently correct some common rumors circulating online. One rumor suggests payments are being delayed or stopped. The reality is that payments are authorized and moving through the Treasury. Another rumor claims that if funds are not available at midnight, something is wrong. The reality is banks post at vastly different hours. Some at 12:01 in the morning, some at 3 in the morning, some at 8 in the morning, and some at noon. A further rumor suggests the Social Security Administration is holding funds. The reality is, once the Treasury releases the payment file, the Social Security Administration no longer controls the posting time. The system may feel slow, but it is working. A simple explanation is this: the U.S. Treasury releases the money, and your bank decides when you can see it. There is a critical difference between released, which means the Treasury has sent it, and the bank has the file, pending, which means the bank is processing it, and available, which means you can use the funds. Weekends and holidays can slow internal posting. Batch processing means accounts are updated in groups, not all at once, which again explains why a neighbor might see funds first. The Social Security Administration cannot override a bank's internal processing clock. If a payment does not appear, the recommended steps are to wait 3 business days after the scheduled date, then check your official Social Security account online for payment status, confirm your direct deposit information is correct, and only then consider calling the Social Security Administration, having your Social Security number, bank information, and expected payment amount ready. Remaining calm is essential as most seemingly missing payments are simply still in processing. We understand deeply what this money represents. It is groceries for the week, it is the rent for the month, it is the utility bill, it is necessary medication, it is peace of mind. When an account balance does not update, the stress is real and valid. You are not overreacting. You are being responsible. You are not alone in this experience. Here are calm and practical steps you can consider. Log into your official Social Security account to review your payment status. Verify your direct deposit information is current and accurate. Review your Medicare deductions and inquire about programs like Qualified Medicare Beneficiary, Specified Low-Income Medicare Beneficiary, or qualifying individual programs if premiums are burdensome. Check your eligibility for supplemental assistance like the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program or the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. Remain vigilant against scams. The Social Security Administration will never demand payment via gift cards or threaten you over the phone. If you need to adjust withholding, you can use Form W-4V, and if your income has changed, you can use Form SSA 44. It is important to take matters one step at a time. Looking ahead, January payments should continue to follow the regular schedule. There is no indication of a system-wide interruption or any confirmed policy changes affecting this payment cycle. Processing may remain staggered, but the benefits themselves remain authorized. We will continue to monitor updates from the Social Security Administration, the Treasury, Medicare, the Veterans Affairs, and congressional actions closely. You have worked, paid into this system, and you deserve clarity, dignity, and peace of mind throughout this process. Please remember that no matter the hour your bank completes its posting, your benefits are in motion. Your financial support is real, and a community of people shares this journey with you. Take care of yourselves and remember, you have the information and resilience to navigate this.